Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan Rice. So after the Lake Murray event, we got our butt kicked there. We were going to go back to Lake Marion this weekend, but I wasn't paying attention and I forgot that Bassmaster Open was going to be there. So we are giving Marion a break. It's going to be windy anyway, so that big lake for us in the kayak would probably be a little not enjoyable today. So we decided to come back to the local lake by our house and just do some fishing for fun. We'll see what we can catch today, measure up what we can, see what our total could be for today, and just enjoy the day on the water before we go to our next event down in Alabama, you know, in a couple of weeks. So we're just out fun fishing today. Come along for the ride, and it should be a good one, guys. So we just jumped in the Hobie today. No motor, no nothing, no fish finder, just coming out fishing with our instincts off of structure, how we normally do anyway. I would imagine the water is probably mid to higher 50s. It did warm up a bit, but we did get about another 80 inches of rain yesterday, so the water is higher. It's going to be windy today. It's supposed to calm down a little bit here for a little while, then pick back up, so it's not horrible right now. We got the Hobie so we can pedal back and forth pretty easily and hold our position. So let's go, guys. Here, guys, little boy, little boy. Little boy. Probably won't even measure him. What do you think? I'm probably put him about 11 inches. Well, at least we have a sign of some fish over here. Caught that on the Cinco, and we're going to continue fishing it for right now. Alright guys, fish on. I think you didn't even realize you saw. Alright, we'll probably measure this one up, see what we got here. I'm probably gonna put him about 14. Probably anchor ourselves up here. Anchors are definitely key on a kayak. We got 14 3/4. Let's get a little picture, would you? All right, guys, 14 3/4. See, this is what you need after you get your butt kicked to be able to just come out to one of your local little places that you fish all the time, that you know very well, and catch some fish. It just kind of helps you get your morale back up and make you feel a little better, and also makes it for a more enjoyable day. It's nice and early yet. It's only 8:09. I know watching me use a Cinco doing my fishing is not the most exciting, but I know my bodies of water where, you know, my home bodies of water where I fish and what the fish like. You got to use what works, and really the Cinco works all over the place, but the fish tend to really like soft plastics where I fish. Not saying I don't catch them on the crankbait, because you know I do, but they tend to like the soft plastics definitely early in the morning. As the day goes on, they can usually speed up and it works, but early in the morning these fish really love just a slow presentation. So we're fishing the fatties from Z-Man on a 3/0 EWG hook with a 1/8 ounce weight. So this is our downsizing bait, and as the weather warms up, that's when we usually change to the mag fatties. And this fatty's actually got a little slit in it, so just put it in like you normally put your hook in, turn it around, and then this 3/0 hook goes right to the back side of that slit, if you can see that. So it's almost a good marker where you got to actually penetrate and keep it nice and straight. Just a small little profile worm. I do love days like this though. No electronics, just simplicity, just going out, relaxing. You know, people ask me all the time, why do I kayak fish? And the real, true reason is, this is the only time I'm at peace. This is the only time my brain actually relaxes and doesn't think about everything else going on, anything that I'm worrying about. And if you look around me, I have nobody around me. It's my chance to be in solitude, reset for the week. You know, my brain's like a hamster wheel. You know, you usually have that one hamster just spinning around. Well, I don't have one, I got 5, and it just doesn't stop. But once my butt is in a kayak seat, everything just, the hamsters get off the wheel, they take a break, and maybe go have a snack, and I just have peace. Another little one. Not running too big over here, but we're catching them. I think that's the same fish I caught before. It's almost the same size. Maybe at the 12-inch mark. Let's see where he's at. 13 and a half. 13 and a half. Well, they're not the biggest, but we're catching. So you can't complain about that, but we definitely could use a nice monster today. I don't know, maybe a little bigger, guys. A little bit of drag. Just give me a nice little fight. Ah, look at this. Wow, thought that was a bass. Look at the size of that bad boy. On a 3/0 hook too. It's nice. Very cool. Another fish. There's a couple other guys out here fishing, actually got here before me, but I think they're in the back hiding out of the wind. You can't hide out of the wind, guys. That's where the fish are. Being in the wind is a little bit of work, but I'm just anchored up right now, letting the wind push me this way. That's why I say the anchor is very, very important on a kayak. Even if you're shallow water fishing and you just use like a stake pole, but you want something just to hold you still so you can just take a break and actually concentrate on the fishing and not worry about boat management as much. So if you don't have an anchor on a kayak, you have to get one. There's something that holds you still. It could be simple as a rope tied off to your H-rail with a dumbbell. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything spectacular, but you want something to hold you stationary while you fish, so you're not constantly, you know, using your paddle or your pedals to keep yourself positioned the way you want to. This is why I keep my anchor in the back. A lot of people like their anchor in the front. Now if you're river fishing, you're going to definitely want your anchor in the front, but if you're lake fishing, I like the anchor in the back, because then that, you know, the wind will push me straight, hold me where I want to fish along the bank where it's, you know, hitting against, and keeps my boat positioned forward, you know, not sideways, not backwards, but facing into the bank where the wind's pushing up and where a lot of times the bait fish get pushed up too. That's why I like my anchor in the back. So we're back here where it's deeper. Just a couple little nibbles, that's it. So I think they're definitely already starting to move up shallow on this lake. Hey, keep it down, okay? You know I'm trying to talk here. We're gonna start moving around with the crankbait and the spinner bait, guys, and I think they are up shallow up front, so that's where we're gonna start heading. All right, well, no bite on the crankbait, so we're gonna try our best to fight the wind here and shoot the Texas rig out there and anchor up and see what we can get here, guys, because I'm actually really surprised that we didn't get a bite on the crankbait this morning. Guys, a little guy again. I guess it's just going to be these little guys, but you know what? If that's what we're going to catch, that's what we're going to catch. All right, guys, 12 and a half. We'll take it. It's a fish. Well, I thought I'd be catching more on the crank and the spinner, but seems like they're liking this soft plastics, which is fine. It's one of my favorite ways anyway, but I just thought they'd be a little bit more active. But maybe with all that rain yesterday and that front. Oh, we got a fish, but I think he's caught up. Definitely caught up in the brush here, guys. Or I lost it, one of the two. No, he's still on. Wrapped around. Okay. Oh, that's a little bit bigger. As I was talking to you. Not bad, little guy. You got me hung up in the brush. So there's your answer. They're liking it slower and they're holding tight to cover. I love when that happens, when I'm talking to you guys on camera and the fish goes after it. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna say 16 to 16 and a quarter. All right, guys, 16 and a quarter. We just missed the fish on the Texas, so we're gonna circle back around and we're gonna throw the Cinco in there. I don't know if it was big or not, but I think it had it in its mouth, but let it go. All right, guys. Oh, let it go again. Let it go again. I wonder if it was a turtle. So it had some weight to it. I had a feeling it was a turtle. Well, at least that last fish was a little bigger than the fish that we caught so far. It's 16 and a quarter. Right at the boat, guys, right at the boat. I didn't get a good hook set in him because he was running at me and the wind was blowing me towards it. That was probably a 17-18 incher right there. Woo, glad it's not a tournament. See, when you can't keep pressure on a fish like that, you end up losing it. And I got a horrible hook set because he's swimming at me. Wind was blowing me towards it, and I was just hoping that when he turned, he kind of hooked himself a little bit more, which I thought he did, but I should have did another hook set on him. All right, guys, that's a little nicer one. It's a little nicer one here, guys. At least it felt like it. Lengthwise, I don't know. He was just chilling out down there. All right, guys, 16 and 3/4. Well, whatever that just was, just took my bait completely. So that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a little 5-hour trip out. I think we caught, what, 6, 7, maybe 8 fish. I know we think we got 5 on the board. I didn't really tally up how many inches that came out to be. Nothing huge. We missed that one, unfortunately, but we still had a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed coming along for the ride today with this little quick trip. The next trip out, we will be at Lake Moultrie with Heroes on the Water for our local chapter, taking out our veterans and first responders. So hopefully we can catch some big ones there, and hopefully so can the participants. That's what it's all about, getting those guys on fish and girls. So as always, guys, I really appreciate you stopping by. We have a lot of fishing left to the year yet, so we got a lot of events, in-person tournaments we're going to be fishing, so hopefully we can get our season turned around and do better. So as always, guys, be safe on the water, and I'll catch you on the water. See you soon.